Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we finally got the announcement of the Black Ops Cold War Season 4 content roadmap. A few days ago, we got a trailer which teased to us a bunch of new things that are going to be coming to the game, but today we now have a roadmap that shows us even more, and also explains what will be there at launch on June 17th, as well as what will be coming later on within the season. Taking a look at the roadmap here, there is a lot of new content that's going to be available within Season 4, but the roadmap itself is kind of difficult to read because some of it is launch day content, but other bits are in-season content, so I figured I would fix the map for you guys and break things down as simply as possible. Now, when it comes to launch day content, the stuff that we're actually going to see on June 17th, this is what we have. We see a brand new 6v6 map called Collateral, we see the return of the fan-favorite multiplayer map Hijacked from Black Ops 2, and we also see a new face-off map in the form of Amsterdam, which was inspired, of course, from one of the very first campaign missions of Black Ops Cold War. Now, sticking to multiplayer here for a second, we see the return of One in the Chamber, as well as a brand new game mode called Multi-Team Satellite, which I should note is also a game mode that Treyarch has been teasing over there on their Twitter page, so they're obviously pretty excited about this game mode. We see a new operator in the form of Jackal, we see a new score streak in the form of the hand cannon, which is going to be a lot like Seraph's Annihilator from Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4 if you guys played those games, and of course we have new prestige icons for the season, as well as a bunch of new weapons. The new weapons include the C58 assault rifle, we have the MG82 light machine gun, as well as the nail gun, and it's also worth mentioning that even more weapons will be coming out mid-season, and we'll be talking about that later on in the video. This section is about day 1 content, so right now we're only covering the things that will be there on June 17th. And to wrap up this section of the video, we're going to see a new Outbreak region in the form of Zoo, which actually sounds pretty interesting, which is going to have a quest that goes along with it, and there's also going to be a seasonal event called Groundfall, which will tie into both multiplayer as well as Warzone, because in the trailer that we got for Season 4, we see that satellites are now dropping from space. They're landing in Verdansk, and of course Verdansk itself is going to be a lot different as a result of that, so it's all going to be part of that event. It's going to be called Groundfall, which will reward players with things like calling cards and emblems and things like that. It's kind of like the previous events that we've seen. You get a couple of good things, but nothing really overly great. It's just basically a couple of little challenges for you to do in either Warzone or in multiplayer to unlock a couple of new things as a part of the event. So that's basically what that's going to be, and of course Verdansk is going to change with the new satellite debris that's going to be on the map. So if you're a Warzone fan, that is pretty interesting, but that pretty much does it for launch day content of Season 4. So let's go ahead and move on to what's going to be coming out in the weeks and months after the initial launch of Season 4. First things first, we see something really cool in the form of the return of Rush from Black Ops 2. This map is going to be coming back. This is one of the coolest maps they've ever made, but people never talk about it because it was a DLC map for Black Ops 2, and it was overshadowed by Grind. The Grind was like the very first like cool map, quote unquote. It was a skate park in Venice. Well, Rush was a paintball course, a paintball park, and that's going to be returning as well as a 6v6 map for Black Ops Cold War during the mid-season of Season 4, which I personally think is pretty cool. Here we see the return of the Capture the Flag game mode, and most importantly here, guys, we have a name for the Zombies map that was teased during the Season 4 trailer. As you guys can see, this was at the very end of the Season 4 trailer. Well, we now have a name. It's called Mauer der Toten, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm obviously not a huge Zombies guy, so I'll leave it to the Zombies YouTubers to break this news down in their videos. But yeah, mid-season, it looks like a brand new Zombies map will be coming, and apparently trains are going to be involved. Or maybe a bus. I don't know. Is this supposed to be a tease for like a new TranZit style map? Again, I'm not a Zombies YouTuber, so I'm going to leave that to the professionals. But yeah, new Zombies will be coming, which is pretty good news for everybody. Moving along here, we have 2 new operators that'll be coming mid-season. They're likely going to be store bundles though, so who really cares? We also see the return of the Scorpion, as well as the Mace melee weapon. I personally think it's pretty cool that the Scorpion is going to be returning. It may be a machine pistol secondary like it was in Modern Warfare 3. It may be a submachine gun like it was in Black Ops 1, but either way, I hope that we can dual wield these things, because the dual scorpions were one of my favorite weapons to use back in the original Black Ops, and it's pretty cool that's going to be returning here for Black Ops Cold War. Now, last but not least, there is a payload game mode that's going to be coming to Warzone mid-season, but all in all, guys, that pretty much does it for the Season 4 roadmap. It does look like a good bit of content will be coming out for the game. It's going to be continuing to build upon the foundation that was laid by Season 3. In my own personal opinion, Season 2 pretty much killed Cold War for a lot of people. It was absolutely awful, but Season 3 was a lot better, and it looks like Season 4 is also going to be pretty good for Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies fans alike, so that definitely sounds pretty nice. And keep in mind as well here, guys, that new content typically does get released that was never previously teased in trailers or on the roadmap, right? We saw that in Season 2, we saw that in Season 3, so chances are even more content will be coming to the game in Season 4 that was not directly announced within the Season 4 trailer or the Season 4 roadmap. Now, unfortunately, people have been following my channel for a while, you know where I'm going with this. There was nothing at all hinted about Call of Duty Days of Summer within the trailer or within the roadmap itself. A popular theory was perhaps with Season 4 Reloaded, we would get Call of Duty Days of Summer, but it doesn't look like that based on the current information that we have. It's not to say that it's not going to come. I'm just saying that based on what we know so far, it does not look all that likely, which is definitely unfortunate. But if you guys would like to read more about Season 4 and the roadmap, I'll put a link to a blog post down in the description. It's an official blog post straight from the horse's mouth where they talk about the different guns and the different game modes and so on and so forth, so you can get a much more detailed idea of what all this content is going to mean. This video is more just a broad strokes, giving you a quick overview of everything that's going to be there on June 17th when Season 4 comes out versus what's going to be coming throughout Season 4 and with Season 4 Reloaded. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a like, leave your thoughts and feedback on all of today's news and topics down in the comment section below. Be sure to let me know what you guys think about Days of Summer potentially not returning. I feel as though I'm just like the only guy in the world that is like so worked up about this. I want the event to come back because it was so amazing back in Modern Warfare Remastered, Infinite Warfare, and Call of Duty World War II, even Black Ops 4 to a lesser extent, but it doesn't seem like they care about it anymore. It seems like Days of Summer and even Shamrock and Awe. Remember what happened with Shamrock and Awe in Cold War this year? Guess what we got? We got a bundle. And that was pretty much it. I guess there was a game mode with it as well, but it wasn't even that cool of a game mode. It just, I don't know, man. What happened to events? Instead of having fun events, we now just have store bundles. And I suppose if you really look at it, it's more or less, it comes down to the fact that we don't have paid DLC anymore. As soon as Call of Duty went with free DLC weapons and free DLC maps, all the fun events in the Call of Duty franchise went away. If you guys ever actually thought about that, I'm kind of having that realization now, but yeah, that's kind of how it went. Like back in Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 4, and Call of Duty World War II, we had paid DLC maps, we had supply drops and stuff like that, but the events were pretty cool. Well, once supply drops went away, and once paid DLC weapons and paid DLC maps went away, so did the events. It's like, hey, you guys got enough free stuff. No fun events for you anymore. It's like, that's kind of like the flavor of COD, but I don't know. You guys have heard me talk and rant about this so often. I could make an entire hour-long video talking about that just alone, but regardless, you guys have heard me talk about it before. Maybe I'll do that video in the future, but for right now, we're going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like, leave your thoughts and feedback on all this news down in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.